Okay, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into 3 totally bizarre stories of deadly secrets. We are talking about a range of mysteries here, from heavily guarded government vaults all the way down to a seemingly innocent family dinner plate. We're going to explore how things that seem completely hidden, or honestly, just totally mundane, can harbor some of the absolute most shocking mysteries in the world. So, you've got to ask yourself, what do classified CIA files, petrified Soviet soldiers, and a typical family dinner actually have in common? Well, at first glance, absolutely nothing, right? They seem to exist in entirely different universes. But as we'll see, they are all connected by the terrifying reality of what happens when the truth is deliberately buried. The answers, as they usually do, lie in the tiny details we so often overlook.
All right, let's open file number 1, The Secrets of Area 51.
Now, for decades, Area 51 was literally the ultimate blank spot on the map. We're talking about a 90,000-acre, highly classified facility in the Nevada desert that was completely scrubbed from satellite maps. The government wouldn't even let civilian aircraft fly anywhere near its airspace. And the perimeter? It was famously rigged with motion sensors and grates just to keep the wildlife out. Looking at its history, it was built right at the height of the Cold War back in 1950, and it secretly opened for military use in 1955, operating in absolute total shadows. Basically an informational black hole. But then, the dam broke. In 1989, this bombshell television interview by a guy named Bob Lazar aired, and it spread like wildfire, sparking massive UFO theories. Ultimately, pushed by the sheer weight of public interest, the CIA finally released a 400-page declassified document in 2013, finally admitting out loud, yes, Area 51 is real.
Which brings us to Robert Lazar's incredibly wild testimony.
The public intrigue really exploded when Lazar stepped forward with these unbelievable claims about what was actually happening inside those restricted borders. He claimed he was a former government physicist tasked with reverse engineering actual alien technology in a camouflage facility they called Zone S4. He described a daily commute that sounds straight out of a sci-fi thriller. He'd board a bus with totally blacked out windowless sides so nobody could see the route. Then, he'd arrive at these hidden hangars built directly into the mountainside, and get this, the massive hangar doors were painted and textured with sand to blend in perfectly with the sweeping Nevada desert. His stated job down there? Taking hardware stripped from crashed UFOs and trying to figure out how to plug that advanced extraterrestrial tech right into human aircraft. Wild, right?
But hold on, because there's a really stark contrast between those supernatural sightings the public was reporting and the actual reality. If we look at the CIA's 2013 declassified documents, those glowing orbs and brilliant flashes of light people reported, yeah, those are actually U-2 spy planes. To put that into perspective, these things were flying at a staggering 60,000 feet. That is way higher than any commercial jet at the time, and their sheer silver wings were just violently reflecting the harsh desert sunlight. As for the hovering UFOs, those were just experimental jets capable of vertical takeoffs. And those aliens spotted wandering near the perimeter? Just human test pilots wearing specialized, super bulky pressure suits designed to keep them alive at those extreme altitudes. Kind of takes the magic out of it, doesn't it?
Moving on to file number 2, the secret file of the petrified soldiers.
Now, while Area 51 gives us a very clinical, technological look at the UFO phenomenon, this next one plunges us straight into horror movie territory. We're looking at a 1991 Ukrainian newspaper report, which, by the way, the CIA actually bothered to translate and rigorously archive. According to this report, a Soviet military unit shot down an unidentified craft. Outstepped 5 short extraterrestrials with disproportionately large heads. But here's where it goes off the rails. Instead of surrendering to the armed troops, these beings physically merged together into a single, brilliant, glowing sphere. And then, this sphere unleashed a sudden blinding burst of light that literally transformed 23 armed soldiers into solid stone. Yep, you heard that right. Solid stone. The report goes on to claim that the KGB quickly swooped in, collected the petrified bodies of their men, and stored them in a highly classified underground facility near Moscow.
Okay, the most surprising part of this entire account isn't even the wild story itself. It's the actual very cautious note left directly on the translated document by the CIA. The intelligence officer reviewing this file didn't just toss it in the trash or laugh it off as science fiction. They formally noted that if this possessed even a single shred of truth, alien weapons are beyond our comprehension. They recognized that humanity couldn't even begin to understand, let alone defend against, that level of a global threat.
Let's bring the narrative crashing back down to Earth for file number 3, the Australian deadly mushroom case.
We often look to the skies for the unknown, but sometimes the most terrifying mysteries are sitting right across from us at the dining table. This shifts us from sci-fi to a chilling true crime family dinner in Australia. In July 2023, a 50-year-old woman named Erin Patterson invited her ex-husband's family over for what was supposed to be an amicable, special meal, but within hours of eating her meticulously prepared beef Wellington, her guests were rushed to the hospital with a severe, rapidly progressing illness. Looking at the fates of the guests, 3 family members tragically died, the uncle barely survived, and the ex-husband, well, he only escaped by canceling at the very last minute because he had a sudden bad feeling. Talk about trusting your gut.
So the massive question became, was this a tragic accident or cold-blooded murder?
Authorities had to immediately figure out if this was just a tragic foraging mistake by an amateur chef or a calculated, deadly menu. Central to this whole mystery is the death cap mushroom. It's deceptively beautiful but highly toxic, usually featuring a pale greenish top. It's notoriously dangerous specifically because it closely mimics edible varieties, but eating even a tiny, minuscule amount causes rapid, fatal organ failure, basically destroying your liver and kidneys. Now, Erin passionately insisted she didn't forage them. She claimed she innocently purchased them at a local Asian grocery store, mixing them into the dish completely unaware of the lethal payload they carried. But, well, the narrative of a simple, heartbreaking accident quickly started to unravel. Just look at these suspicious circumstances. The absolute most chilling detail: Erin allegedly served herself on a uniquely orange plate, supposedly ensuring she didn't eat from the poisoned batch. During the meal, guests even asked her why her plate didn't match their gray set. Furthermore, while she claims she also fell ill alongside her guests, hospital records showed she was never actually admitted. Add to that the startling discovery of a discarded food dehydrator found dumped locally, reportedly used to dry those very toxic mushrooms. And then sudden whispers of a massive $2 million inheritance involving the ex-husband. Suddenly, a much darker, much more calculated picture starts to emerge.
So, whether it's a super classified desert base shielding state-of-the-art tech, a bizarre intelligence report of weaponized aliens turning soldiers to stone, or a meticulously poisoned beef Wellington served with a warm smile, the unknown is literally always lurking in the most unexpected places. Which leaves us with one final thought to wrap up this explainer. Tell me, are you looking up at the sky for danger, or should you be paying closer attention to the plate right in front of you?